Please rise for the gospel. The Holy Gospel according to Matthew, the 28th chapter. Glory to you, O Lord. After the Sabbath, as the first day of the week was dawning, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord descending from heaven came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing white as snow. For fear of him, the guards shook and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has been raised, as he said. Come see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples, he has been raised from the dead, and indeed he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him. This is my message for you." So they left the tomb quickly with fear and great joy and ran to tell his disciples. Suddenly Jesus met them and said, "Greetings." And they came to him, took hold of his feet, and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers and sisters to go to Galilee. There they will see me." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ. You may be seated. So I want to start this morning by just backing up a little bit. Backing up in Matthew's Gospel just a little bit to set the stage a little more for what is happening here. Matthew handles Jesus' resurrection just a little bit different, and I want to put some context behind things. First, I want you to hear that Mary Magdalene and the other Mary are present. So hold on to that. Because it's Mary Magdalene and the other Mary who are present when Jesus dies. They are present when Jesus is buried in the tomb, and they are the ones present on that first day of the week. Now, the other thing that I want to back up and just kind of let you know about, you hear at the resurrection that there are guards there. Well, why are there guards there? There are guards there because the chief priests and the Pharisees went to Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember what the impostor said while he was still alive. After 3 days, I will rise again." And so forth, because of that, they commanded that the tomb be made secure until the third day. A whole group of soldiers are placed there to make sure that no one can tamper with this grave. And if that's not quite enough, they actually take the time and they seal the stone that is blocking the entrance to the tomb. So there's a whole group of guards and a sealed tomb and the expectation of Mary Magdalene and the other Mary of something yet to come. So we hear that after the Sabbath on the first day, as the first day of the week was dawning, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. Now I think this is important. Matthew makes a distinction. In other Gospels, they may have been bringing spices to anoint the body. They may have been doing other kinds of things. But here, they have come to see the tomb. Just like they saw Jesus die on the cross, just like they saw Jesus placed in the tomb, they came to see the tomb. And while they're standing there, an earthquake happens. For an angel of the Lord descends from heaven, comes and rolls back the stone, and I love this little detail, sits on it. I mean, nothing kind of says, "You thought that was going to stop me?" like sitting on the evidence. And what we hear is that this angel appeared like lightning, his clothing white as snow, and for fear of him, the guards shook and became like dead men. So much for making the tomb secure, huh? But the angel looks at Mary Magdalene, the other Mary, and says, "Do not be afraid. For I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has been raised, as he said. Come see the place where he lay. But then the instruction turns from this moment that they have found themselves in to what will come next. And they are told, then go quickly and tell his disciples, he has been raised from the dead, and indeed he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him. This is my message for you. So we hear that Mary Magdalene and Mary, they leave the tomb quickly, and they are filled with both fear and great joy. Those are kind of seemingly opposite kinds of feelings. And as I was thinking about this, the only other time, or at least one of the times I can think in life where you might feel fear and great joy is at the birth of your first child. Because you're really excited that they're born, but you're like, oh no, now what? Right? Some of you remember that, right? Yeah. But maybe you have something else in your life that reminds you of that moment of having great fear, but also great joy, all at the same time. And as they are going to tell the disciples, Jesus meets them, greets them, and holds them again and reminds them again, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers and sisters to go to Galilee where they will see me. And these women have been set on one of the most important tasks they could have to witness to Jesus' resurrection for all of the disciples and all who will gather to hear that message that they have to share. But I want to go just a little bit farther in Matthew's gospel as well, because I think this kind of sums it up or holds it all together. Because those same soldiers, when they went back and told the chief priests all that had happened, were paid a nice sum of money to keep what they saw to themselves. They were bought off. They were told to keep this word from spreading. And in Jesus' day, the interesting thing is that women weren't considered reliable witnesses. And so it becomes the women, though, that are the ones who are telling the truth, while the men have been paid off not to speak the truth of what they saw. But I wonder in these moments, and I wonder again, what was Mary Magdalene and the other Mary looking for when they came to the tomb? Did they remember all of the things that Jesus had said? Did they remember all of the ways in which Jesus had spoken to them, that they had seen amazing things happen, that they had heard the promise that this resurrection was coming? Did they show up at the tomb out of faith, knowing that they had been promised that this thing would take place? It's almost as if they knew if they went there that they would see something amazing. And of course, they aren't disappointed, because they do get a chance to see something amazing. Now, I've used this example before, but I'll use the example again. If you remember the movie The Incredibles, how many of you remember the movie Incredibles? Okay. There's a little boy on his big wheel that's constantly outside of the Incredibles' house, and he's just sitting there. He's sitting there looking at what's happening at the house, and he's just paying attention. And Mr. Incredible looks at him one time, and he says, "What are you doing, or what are you looking for?" And the little boy says, "I don't know, something amazing." I think that's the right words. I think I might have got it right that time. But you understand what I'm saying. This little boy had some sense that what was happening in this house wasn't normal. And so he was going to stand there and wait until he saw something amazing take place. And of course, at the end, he gets what he wished for. At the end of the movie, he gets what he wished for. But I'm thinking back to Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. Because I too think that they were wanting to experience something amazing. And boy, did they get it, right? Angels descending to actually sit and hold on to the feet of the risen Christ, to be the ones who had witnessed death, who had witnessed burial, and now have witnessed new life and are told to go and share that good news. Now, I wonder for each one of us, how often is it that we expect something amazing to happen? How often can we put ourselves in the seat of the big wheel, waiting for something amazing to take place? Because we have a God who can roll away the stones. We have the witness of two women who recognize death, recognize burial, but still were waiting to see the next thing take place. We have the witness of the generations who have shared this story over and over again, hearing it for the first time and wondering again what amazing thing might take place. Now, I bet it's a little harder to get all of you excited. Because I think the older we get, the older I get at least, the less surprised we are by things. Because we think we know it all, we think we've seen it all, we think we've done it all, whatever it might be. But I think on Easter we are reminded that we have a God that is still doing new things. A God that can still take us by surprise when we least expect it. A God who will roll the stones away when nothing else seems like it can take place. A God who is willing to come to us over and over and over again, offering us life, offering us freedom, offering us joy. Can we follow? Can we listen? Can we expect that kind of amazing thing to happen? Amen.